Hey friends, I get asked this question all the time as a guitar teacher. Can you learn guitar on YouTube or online? Well, I goddamn hope so. Well, why am I here? So enough of that. So let's do a deep dive in and find out. We'll look at some do's and don'ts and I'll give you some tips along the way. And if you stick around to the end, we'll look at what a beginner should know and the best order to learn it in. So let's jump in. Now I've spent a lot of time thinking about this and I've spoken to many of my students, and hopefully after 30 years of teaching I have some idea. So you're going to hate me for this because the answer is yes and no. So that was helpful, wasn't it? So let's break this down into a few categories. Let's start with an easy one, learning songs. So the internet is awesome for this. It's easy to find tabs, chord charts, video lessons that just play through the song, or you can get lessons that break down each part of the song. Now you wouldn't believe this, but it just so happens that I have hundreds of songs on my YouTube channel, Essential Guitar Lessons. Who would have thought, hey? Now I'll stick a link in the description. So enough about me. So yes, fantastic for songs. Now for the no, and I bet you knew that was coming. Growing up in the 80s, obviously we had no internet and music books were just too expensive, so we had to work out all the songs by ear. Now I remember sitting there for hours by myself and with mates with a tape recorder. We'd hit play, stop, rewind, what's that chord, what's that note, we'd go back, play, stop, rewind. And at first it took forever and seemed like a massive pain in the bum. But this forced us to develop a good ear, and with practice you get quicker and quicker. So we did ourselves a great service and didn't even know we were doing it. So with the internet, a lot of beginners don't get the ear training, which is an important skill to have. You must remember, not all tabs and chord charts are correct. It's just someone like you or me working them out. They don't come from the artist. So we need to be able to listen to a song and work it out ourselves. And remember, the more practice you do, the easier it becomes. I suggest whenever you want to learn a song, try and work it out by ear. And if you get stuck or find it a bit hard, then look at the tabs or watch a lesson. Remember, the more you do it, the easier it becomes. Okay, for the beginner, I still say yes or no. So the problem is, how are you supposed to know where to start and what the best order to learn things in? Do you start with chords or scales? Is there something else you should be doing? Should I learn how to read music or not? If it's too hard or too easy, you'll lose motivation. How do you ask questions? Am I doing this right? Why can't I do this? We have, is this normal? Am I the only one that has this problem, or is it common? And if I can play a few chords, where do I go from there? Now you can leave a comment on a lesson, but if a teacher can't see what you are doing, it's hard for them to fix the problem. And you can waste hours looking for the right lessons, and this could be time spent practicing. Now a good teacher will know if something is too easy for you and they will move you on, or if something's too hard they can slow you down and make things a little easier. So that's the bad stuff. So is there an upside? And the answer is yes, of course there is. But before we get into it, I would never pay for an online course. The ones I've seen, and I've had a few students start them before they come to me, and personally I don't think they're worth it, and I think they're a waste of time and money. Now I would look for a structured course which you can find online for free, which gives you step-by-step lessons in the best order. And wouldn't you believe it, once again, I have a complete beginner's course online, all for free. So just jump onto my YouTube channel and go to the playlist called Beginner's Course, not Beginner's Lessons, Beginner's Course. Now all jokes aside, there are others out there that are quite good. I would also find yourself a good teacher, so look around. You don't have to stick with the first teacher you find. Find someone who suits your needs. And if I had to start over, I would use a teacher and use the online course as a supplement or an added bonus. It will give you more to practice each week, which means you'll progress faster, and you can ask your teacher if this part of the course is appropriate for your level. Try and find a teacher that is not intimidated by this. They can also help you if you're using the wrong techniques. An added bonus, having a teacher, you'll feel like you have to practice a bit more because there's always a lesson coming up. Now if you're an intermediate or advanced player, you can find everything you need online. There are plenty of fantastic lessons with some great teachers. So I hope this gives you some food for thought and makes a decision a little bit easier. So before we finish, I'd like to give you a list of what I would have liked to have learned as a beginner and the best order to do it in. Now there is no guru or guitar god that knows the best way to teach, and all students learn at different paces and using different techniques. But hopefully with my experience as a teacher, This will give you the best results. So if you don't have a guitar, get some advice on what's best for the beginner. You can go to your local music shop, or you can just ask a mate. And it's always good to borrow a guitar to see if you like it. And this is also included in my course, along with all these subjects. Next is guitar parts. Now as a beginner, you just need to know the basics: strings, frets, neck, tuning, keys. As you get better, you can learn all the parts. Then we learn how to sit with the guitar, how to position your left and right hand, and how to hold your pick. We do a quick lesson on how to tune your guitar with the tuner. As you get better, you can learn how to tune by ear. Then we learn some basic tab. We learn some songs using one string and one finger while reading the tab. With a new student, you can easily cover all this in the first lesson. Now I know some people will tell you should start with chords, and I don't think these people have ever taught face to face and seen the struggles a first timer has with chords, or they just don't care about the learning experience. If you start with chords, it takes you months to learn anything that sounds like a song, and most people give up. So I like to start with some simple 1 and 2 string songs to build confidence and so you get a feel for the guitar. Because when you first start, everything feels awkward. So enough of my rant. I would do them, and then I would learn some 1 string songs using all your fingers, then some 2 string songs, then 3 and 4 string songs. Now depending on the student and how fast they pick things up, you can move fairly quickly through these. They don't have to be perfect. We're not playing them live anywhere. We just want to practice the right technique. So some students can move straight to 2 and 3 songs. Your teacher should be able to help you there. Now you've got a feel for the guitar, I would learn these techniques together. So each time you practice, you do a bit on each. Open chords, power chords, and some scales. So I'll go through each one and tell you the best order. Now with the chords, I would start by learning how to read some simple chord charts. Then I'd start with the E minor, the E and the A chord, because there's the easiest for the beginner, and we have some songs to practice those chords. Then I would add the D chord and some more songs using these chords. Then add the G, songs again, and then we're adding A minor and C with some songs, and finishing with D minor and F. Now I've done this order because the first chords only stretch over 2 frets, so they're a little easier to play. Then we add the C, the D minor and the F chords because they're stretching over 3 frets. Now don't worry how long this takes you to get. It takes most people quite a bit of time to get through all these and get the changes properly, and we have some strumming patterns in there as well. Now while you're doing that, you can start with some power chords just using 2 strings, and we're just going to start on the 1 shape there, and we have songs to practice again. Then try changing strings with the power chords and songs. Then we're going to use both shapes of the power chords. We have an open power chord as well. Then to finish, I'd learn the first position A minor pentatonic scale and start to build speed using the metronome, and you can do the first position C major pentatonic scale as well. Now there is no book or teacher that tells you when a beginner becomes an intermediate player, but hopefully this will give you a solid foundation and some things to think about. So thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you soon.